Right. So my name is Monica. For those of you who don't know me, or if it's your first time here, welcome. We'll do a 30-minute flow today. It'll be energizing standing. We'll get to the floor. It'll still be energizing, but then we'll do some things to cool down. So stay with me as long as you can. Come to the top of your mat, into Samasthiti, with the big toes touching and the heels slightly apart. Let's close the eyes for these first few moments to allow the attention to turn inwards. Feel the feet rooting down into the earth and the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Depends if you're inside or outside. And we'll bring the palms to heart center and we'll just start with an Om together. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the arms back down to your side, opening the eyes, and we'll start with Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, bring the arms over your head, palms touch, gazing up. Exhale, fold. Fully exhaling, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, half lift, reach the heart forward and up. Exhale, step or jump back into a high plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend the elbows, lower the knees to modify. Inhale, point the toes, upward facing dog, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, full breath out. And we'll just take a few breaths here, holding downward facing dog to settle into the breath and into the body. And it's also a good moment to sort of just check in with yourself. What's present for you today? Is today a day where you can move into your discomfort zone, or is today a day that you need to stay in your comfort zone? Just listening to what the body needs. Some days we can ask the body to go outside the comfort zone. Some days it's just not appropriate. So it's good to tune into and notice that. Let's take one more breath here. Fully exhaling. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come to stand. Press down, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Again like that. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, fold. Fully exhale, legs are strong. Inhale, half lift, press through the feet. Exhale, step or jump back. Shoulders away from the ears, tone the lower belly, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, press through the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And then the option here, if you want to start to open up the hips a little bit more, let's bring the left foot towards the center and lift the right leg up. And first, keeping the pelvis squared, flex the foot so the right toes are pointing down. And just feel a long line from the hands all the way out through the right heel. Good. And now we'll lift the right side of the pelvis, open the hips, bend the knee so that the right toes are moving towards the left shoulder. And just feel that line, that connection from the right pinky through the front of the right hip. And then as you reach the right toe over towards the left shoulder. Take a deep breath into the side body, one more breath. And then as you exhale, bring the leg back down. Right foot comes towards the center and lift the left leg up. First, keep the hips squared. Flex the left foot so the left toes are pointing down. And then press through the hands, reach out through the left heel. And then inhale, open up the hips. You're stacking the pelvis. Bend the knee. And try to get the shoulders to stay square and the hips to move into that twist. So you can feel that stretch through the side of the body. Keep pressing through the hands, lifting the knee up. One more breath. And as you exhale, bring it back to center. Good. Let's take one more breath here. And then at the bottom of the exhale, step or jump to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come to stand, press down, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana, inhale, lift the arms and the heart. Exhale, fold, straightening the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, come back down. Step back into a high plank. Bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, come up. Press through the feet as you reach up. Exhale, come back down, step back. Remember, you can lower the knees to modify. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Come into the breath, toning the vocal cords, drawing the lower belly in, matching the length of the inhales to the length of the exhales, and find a smooth, steady breath. One more here. Fully exhaling. Step or jump to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees. Lift the chest. Exhale, straighten the legs. Float the arms back down. And then again, bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, come up. We're going to stay up this time. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart and reach the hands towards the floor. Exhale, humble warrior. Bend into the right knee. So the torso slides on the inside of the right thigh. And we'll stay here for a few breaths as you press through the feet and sink deeper, moving into the hip flexion on the right side. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, we're going to move up into Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. Open the arms, open the hips, gaze over the right fingers. Relax the shoulders and keep reaching the elbows out away from each other. Good. One more breath here. And then on your next exhale, reverse warrior. Left hand slides down the leg and reach back through the right fingers. Good. Keep bringing that right sit bone underneath you as you move the right knee back over the right ankle. Good. Breathe into the side body. One more. Sink a little deeper. Reach a little further. Exhale. Frame the foot with your hands. Come down to the floor. Inhale into a high plank. Reach back through the heels. Exhale. Slowly lower. Chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Other side, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A, just for one breath. Exhale, straighten the left leg, interlace the fingers. Inhale, deep breath in, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Humble warrior. So you're relaxing through the neck and the shoulders, but you're pressing down through the feet. Legs are strong. Good. Draw the lower belly in. Can you release a little bit more for one more breath? Inhale into Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. Open the arms. Open the hips. Legs are strong. Keep pressing through the feet. Lifting through the arches. Drawing the lower belly in. Relax the shoulders, gaze is soft. One more. Exhale, right hand slides down the back leg and reach that left arm back. Feel into that side stretch. Good. Bring the sit bones underneath you and reach through those left fingers. Deep breaths. One more, and see if you can bend a little deeper, reach a little further. Exhale, bring the arms towards the front, frame the left foot. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for just a couple breaths. Good, and we're going to do that again, but holding each of those postures for just one breath. So inhale, bring the right foot forward again, lower the back heel. Inhale, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, straighten the right leg, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, hold it there. Exhale. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Open the arms, open the hips. Exhale, reverse warrior. Slide the left hand down the left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, moving with the breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, back heel down. So we're intentionally placing the breath. Inhale, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, straighten the left leg, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here for one full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths. Good. Inhale, step or jump to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the chest. Hold Utkatasana for 5. Palms together, gazing up, or palms apart, gazing forward for 4. Keep sinking the hips. For 3, stay with it. 2, drop the tailbone, drop the pubic bone. And 1, keep the knees bent, twist over to the left. Right elbow comes to the left thigh. Palms together. Or you can bring that right hand to the outside of the left foot and reach the left arm up. Good, deep breaths. Tailbone is heavy, sink the hips down as you reach the heart up. Good, 2 more breaths. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, come up back towards the center. Try to keep the knees bent if you can. Exhale over to the right. Left elbow comes to the right thigh, palms in prayer, or bring that left hand down to the floor. Good, spreading across the collarbones. Tailbone is heavy for 3, 2, deep breaths. 1, inhale, back to the center, exhale, fold. Straighten the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the right foot forward. We're going to come into Parshva but with the hand on the inside of the right foot. Open across the collarbones and reach the left arm straight up. So you're bending into the right knee and the hand is in front of, on the inside of the right foot, the inside of the right foot. Good. And the legs are strong, pressing through the 4 corners, lifting the arches. And feel that line between the 2 hands. Reach the hands away from each other. Good. If you need a block, this is too deep, you can place a block underneath the hands. Good. 1 more breath here. Now we're going to bind this. So we're going to bring that right shoulder as much as you can underneath the right thigh and then binding behind the back. Good. We're going to try, just for fun, bird of paradise. So you're going to hop that left foot forward towards the middle of the mat, and then see if you can balance and come up to standing. Just for fun. You could also use a strap here if that bind is a little bit more difficult and you want to make your arms longer. Maybe you straighten the leg when you get up. Good. Deep breaths. Find your drishti point. And when you're ready, slowly come back to where you came from. Moving slowly with control back into that bounded Parsvakonasana. Good. Release that. Frame the right foot with the hands. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do all that on the left side. Left foot comes forward, back heel down. Left hand comes to the inside of the left foot. And then reach the right arm up. So you might feel that left shoulder pressing that the left knee back. Feel the expansion here. You're pressing through the outside edge of the right foot and you're reaching out through both hands. Deep breaths. One more here. Exhale. See if you can go for that bind. Left shoulder as much as possible. Bring it underneath the left thigh, binding behind the back. And then if you're playing around, bird of paradise, hop that right foot forward. Slowly, with control, come up. Maybe straightening that right leg, using a strap if you need to make your arms longer. Try to keep the collarbone spread. Deep, steady breaths. Good. All right. Nice. And slowly making your way down whenever you're ready into bounded Parsvakonasana. Good. Release that. Frame the foot with the hands. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Let's jump through to seated. Come into Dandasana. So legs straight out in front of you. Flex the feet. Hands next to your hips. Drop the chin down. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Drawing the lower belly in. Lifting the heart. Good. Release that. Inhale. Catch the big toes. Or just have the fingertips on the floor alongside the legs. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale, fold. Keep the feet flexed. The legs are strong. Settle into the breath. One more here. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale fully. Good. Cross the shins. Inhale, come into a high plank. Exhale, lower down to your forearm. So we're into a forearm plank. Let's hold it here for 5. Press through the elbows. Drop the tailbone so you're reaching it towards the heels and engaging the front body. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to side plank. So you're going to shift into the right forearm, stack the left foot over the right foot. And if you need to keep that left hand on the floor, please do that. If you need more support, bend the left foot and bring it in front of you. Or you can try bringing that left hand to the side of the body or reaching up. Lift the hips, press through that right elbow. Good. For 3 more breaths. 2. This is harder than it looks. Good. 1. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, other side. Shift onto the left forearm. Stack the right foot over the left and flex the feet. So you're on the left, the outside edge of the left foot. Good. You can keep that right hand down, or you can bring it to the side or straight up. Even if you're shaking a little bit, hold it, find the breath. For 3, lift the hips. 2, keep the legs strong, core is strong. And 1, back to the center. Good. For 5, 4, good. 3, deep breaths. 2, 1, exhale, walk the feet towards the elbows and shift back towards the heels, so you're in a dolphin pose. Opening the shoulders a little bit. You're pressing the elbows forward as you reach the chest and the hips back. Good. 1 more breath here. Come down to your knees. Let's take a moment here. We're going to try Pinchamayasana really quick, just for fun. If you don't want to go all the way up into Pinchamayasana, then you can just stay in that forearm position. So bringing the forearms parallel to each other, tuck the toes. Good. Remember, you can stay here. You can even stay here with the knees bent, or straighten the legs. Bring the feet as close as possible to the elbows, and then maybe lift one leg up, and maybe just try kicking up, pushing off that bottom leg. Find upside down. Maybe you find the straight line. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Let's make our way into a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring the right foot forward, back knee down, untuck the back toes. Just opening up the front of the left hip here for a moment. Good. So you can have the hands on the thighs or on the floor. And the way that you can make this deeper or less deep is by moving that back knee. The knee moves further back and you go a little bit deeper. Good. And just see, where can you relax here? Is there anywhere that you're holding on that you can let go? So exploring that process without judgment or without assessment. Just pure curiosity and observation. Good. 1 more breath here. Now let's move into a pigeon pose. So we'll bring that right foot over to the left side of the mat. And you can always do pigeon on your back too, if the hips are extra tight or you just need that support from the ground. So this right foot can be towards the hip or away from the hip, again to gauge the depth. Inhale, deep breath in. Scoot that left knee back if you can. Exhale, fold forward. Good. And if you need any props here, like a block or a bolster underneath the right hip, that can be really helpful. Again, moving the attention into the space of the hips. So we're approaching the sensation in the hips. Breathe into that sensation. One more breath here. Good. Slowly come out of it. You can make your way into downward facing dog or child's pose. Whatever you need to release that side. When you're ready, let's do the left side. Left foot forward, back knee down. First to open the front of the hip. There's a lot of different parts of the hips that you can open. So here we're focusing on 2. The front of the hips, the hip flexors. And then in pigeon is our external hip rotators. It's like more in the glute. And you might have one part of the hip that's tighter than the other part. And you can bring the hands to the thighs if you like that extra weight to get into it. Good. And when you're ready, make your way into pigeon. Good. And maybe you're scooting that right knee back to open up the hip, the front of the hip a little bit more. And when you're ready, exhale, fold forward. Good. Come into the breath. Where can you release? Where are you holding on? It can be so subtle. One more breath here. Inhale, slowly come up. Make your way into downward facing dog. And then we'll come to lying down on our backs. And bring the knees into the chest. Hug the knees in. Maybe feeling into any residue from those hip opening postures we just did. And then let the knees fall over to the right side. If you want, you can cross that right leg over the left leg. That makes it a little bit deeper. And you can extend that left arm out to the side, maybe gazing over to the left to continue the twist through the spine. And then switching sides. This time you can cross, you can just keep the knees together, or you can cross the right leg over the left. Extending the right arm out, maybe gazing to the right. Always taking care of the neck. If you ever feel strain in the neck, then just don't look to the side. Staying connected to the breath as it moves in and out. And when you're ready, making your way to Shavasana. Just take a couple minutes here to relax, to release, to allow this short but powerful practice to integrate deep in the space of the body. Closing the eyes, releasing any tension behind the eyes, in the jaw, in the throat. Feeling all that tension dissolve. Allow the breath to be natural. The breath spontaneously moves in and out through the nostrils. Feel free to stay here longer, but if you're ready to move out of it, deepen the breath, make small movements with the body. And slowly make your way back up to seated. We'll just take one final moment together in a seated position, closing the eyes if that's comfortable. Feeling into the body, maybe just feeling a sense of gratitude for an opportunity to move, even if it was short. Maybe this was longer than what you're used to. Just feeling gratitude to be able to move and breathe. Feeling into how good that feels in the body, in the mind, in the spirit. Good, and we'll finish with an Om together, palms together, deep breath in. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for practicing.